to be representing one of the most fun bikes to possibly you could ever own from the 70s. This is a Honda SL350. It's based off the CB350, the engine in the frame, but it's set up for on and off-road duty with the high fenders on there, long travel suspension, and boy, this thing is an absolute riot to ride. Pretty much everybody who works at the shop since we went through the bike has got a chance to ride it, and unanimously everybody loves it. We've had a lot of CBs. We do more vintage Hondas than any other bike, and I'd have to say this is the best riding 350 vintage Honda we've had through here yet. Between the suspension and the engine, this has a 2-in-1 Powerall pipe, and the guy who worked on this bike for us here, Mark Olson, he's a AMA Concourse D'Elegance championship winning restoration guy, so he knows what he's doing, and he went through the mechanicals and the tuning on this bike, and I'll give you a complete printout of everything that he had done on the bike. We put about 22 hours of labor into it. We bought this from the Trail Bike Museum up in New Hampshire, and the bike had been sitting in their showroom on display in the museum, but it hadn't run in years, so we went right through the bike, top to bottom, front to back, and detailed it, and I'll tell you everything we did to it. But I want to point out a few things. The handlebars appear to be the original bars, as do the grips and levers in the Honda Motor Company mirror. The tachometer, speedometer in mint shape. Nothing's bent up top here. Everything's perfectly straight on the tach, speedo, headlight. The front fender's in beautiful condition. It's an original aluminum Honda fender, and I must say the forks are the nicest I've seen on a 70s CB or CL in a while. Totally rust-free. Just a beautiful bike, doesn't leak oil anywhere. We sold one recently. We just auctioned off the same bike as this at about $4,050. This one runs a lot better than the other one. That one was a good running bike, but this one shifts. The shifting on this one is impeccable. And the engine runs beautifully. I think it has a lot to do with the 2-in-1 high performance pipe it has on there. Just an absolute joy to ride. And one of the kids who rode it, he's 21 years old, but Will Lofstrom, he's a pro motocross rider, and he's like, this thing's no joke. He was, remarking about how fast it was. Like surprised him. So the paint's all original. We just got these graphics for it somebody commented on our last 350 auction, so that he makes reproduction graphics. So I bought the stickers for it and put them on there. So this bike's just been gone through front to back. Best running one I've ever had in my shop. It has the original factory paint, the candy Topaz orange, and it was on display in the Trail Bike Museum. It's on display in the New England Motorcycle Museum now. The NADA #1 value of this bike is $41.25. It'll easily be worth it at that and more, and it's going up in value. They're going through the roof. So I think anything around $4,000 to $5,000 is an extremely valuable purchase for this bike. This particular example is in excellent condition. The chrome's in really nice shape. The frame's perfectly straight. It's largely original, and it's just a blast to ride. We just put $2,720 into the bike between parts and labor. First thing we did when we got the bike is we performed a full detailing of the bike, pulled the tank off, the seat off, steam cleaned it, polished all the chrome, bicarbonate, sodium blasted the aluminum on the rims and the chrome. The pipe was taken off, cleaned, and repainted with high temp black. Once all the cosmetics are in order, and I'll give you some more details on that, we performed a cylinder compression test. We tested out at a perfect 175 PSI per cylinder. We inspected and adjusted the valve clearance to 0.02 and 0.004. Adjusted the cam chain tensioner, installed brand new spark plugs, changed the engine oil, adjusted the clutch release mechanism, went through all of the, anything you could dial in on the engine was done. The old air filter was removed. The filter cages were cleaned. The new air filters were installed with fresh filter oil, and the complete fuel system. The gas tank was taken off, cleaned out. The carburetors were taken off, dismantled down to the last bit, and put in our ultrasonic hydronic carburetor cleaning tank, and cleaned. So the carbs are perfectly clean inside and out. They disassembled and cleaned the fuel cap and installed a brand new cap gasket up at the top right here. Put fresh fuel in it after the old fuel was cleaned out, and they installed a brand new K&L petcock assembly, fuel petcock assembly. If you check on this side over here, it's got a brand new, pretty common to have to replace the petcocks because the fuel degrades them. So it has a brand new fuel petcock. Let's see, where am I? The fuel that was put in the bike has stable. It's 93 octane was stable in there, so it won't mess up the car. And the needle clips were raised, and the cars were adjusted, and they set the mixture screws in idle. Installed brand new fuel lines and brand new inline fuel filters, and assembled the carburetors, got the bike running, synchronized the slides that set the free plate, and everything was adjusted to perfection. That's why it runs so good. The guy who did the work on everything knows what he's doing. The throttle cable was, the throttle type assembly was dismantled. Everything was cleaned out inside of here, and it was pressure lubricated. They cleaned the throttle pipe and the handlebars, lubricated the throttle cable, and made sure the routing of the cable was done properly. So the handlebars, levers were repositioned to factory spec. Set the clutch cable free play, adjusted the front and rear brake free play so the brakes are perfect, and check the steering head bearing and wheel bearings, test the ride and confirm proper operation of the clutch and transmission. I'll have to that test ride and confirm proper operation of clutch and transmission was done no less than 6 times by pretty much everybody on the staff that works here in the service department. We have 6 techs. They all wrote it. Just the way it sounds, you hear this thing run, everybody got excited, and we knew it was going to be a good running bike, but I think it exceeded our expectations with the mechanical performance of the bike. Electrically, we went through the bike front to back, installed a brand new Yuasa battery, cleaned the battery cable terminals. We removed the breaker plate assembly and the timing advancer, addressed and cleaned the points, adjusted the gap under timing. We had checked the ignition coil, primary and secondary resistance, which checked out okay. We checked the battery voltage to the coil, confirmed the kill switch and the ignition switch operation. We remove and replace the ignition switch to disassemble it, clean it, lubricate it, lubricate the key tumbler, clean and lube the detents, and clean the electrical contacts. So the whole ignition assembly was dismantled and adjusted, cleaned, and put back together. Confirmed proper operation of the headlamp on and off, high-low, the tail lamp on and off, and the tail brake and horn. So everything works on the bike as it should. All the lights work on it. Everything's perfect on it electrically. We confirmed the charging system output while it was running. So that's pretty much, there's other things we did to the bike, miscellaneous adjustments and everything, but bolts tightened down, but those weren't put on here. So basically a 100-point inspection was done on the bike. Rest assured it was gone through by the best in the business, and it doesn't need anything. It's got fresh oil in it, fresh fuel in it, brand new spark plugs, brand new fuel filters, brand new fuel petcock, brand new fuel lines, brand new fuel pad gasket, brand new battery. So the bike's completely dialed in. Again, the last one, we're gonna let the market determine when it's worth. It's an auction, so high bidder's gonna win. This is, again, my favorite of all the 350s we've had through here. This is absolutely my favorite. And why do we buy bikes? Because they're fun to ride. This thing's an absolute hoot. It has the original saddle on it, which is a 1971 saddle. It's, what does that make it? Almost 50 years old, and it's in mint condition. The original paint isn't perfect. It's got a lot of patina on it, and there's a couple dings in the tank, but it's beautiful and original. And heck, if you want to put a new paint job on it, you can. But I really like the patina of these old bikes the way they are. It's worth more the way it is than if you repainted it, so I would leave it alone. The frame was hand sanded and painted. In frame, the engine wasn't removed. In other words, it was just touched up basically everywhere you could see. So the frame looks beautiful. And it's a rust preventative coating, so there's no bare metal anywhere. If you look at the bottom of the bike, the bottom of the frame is in excellent condition. There's no dings or dents. This is a bike that obviously was ridden on-road, not off-road. If you grab the rear wheel, shake this is like the true test of a bike that was ridden off-road or hammered a lot. It'd be all loose. There's no play whatsoever in the swing arm, the rear wheel bearings. The front wheel is tight as can possibly be. There's no play. This is a bike it's not clapped out. This thing's fresh, especially for the year. So if you have any questions about the bike, give us a call, 860-454-7024, 9 to 6 Monday to Friday. It has 2 keys, comes with 2 keys, original grips. Just a spectacular example of a 1971 SL350 with a Powerall 2-in-1 pipe on it. And it's a blast to ride, just a real hoot. So hope it goes to a good home. Good luck bidding on the bike. And God bless America.